Hey there everyone, it's Jen Pitta with By the Shore Stamping. It is a couple minutes after 8 o'clock. Sorry, I had a little bit of an issue. I ate a blue frosted cupcake before I came on tonight for dessert, and it turned my lips blue, so I had to go brush my teeth and clean my lips so that I didn't have a blue face. So yeah, that was problematic. I just wanted to start this way so that you could see my face quickly, but I'm going to switch this around and get us set up for class. It works better if we start in landscape mode first, and that way you'll be able to see my full table instead of just the long way. So that's why I started this way. But let me go ahead and switch this around, and we'll wait a couple minutes to see if we've got anybody else on with me. Switch this around. There you can see my screen. Now let me put it in here. So sorry if I make you a little dizzy for a second. Just going to get this set up so you can see. And I just need to adjust my my lighting and my Facebook feed here. Actually, I'm going to go up with this. Hold on. Lighting needs to come down so you guys can see better. And this needs to go up so I can see it. And then we'll be good to go. All right, so what a perfect night for a little crafting. I don't know about where you are, but where I am tonight on the Cape, on Cape Cod in Massachusetts, it is pretty rainy and dreary. So it sounds like the perfect evening for some stamping. What do you think? All right, I'm just gonna, there we go. There, I have the screen pulled up on my tablet so I can see if you guys are commenting. And it looks like we've got a few of you on here. Hi, Arlene. How are you? Okay. All right. My only problem is that now my phone is a little high, so I can't actually see. Oh, yes, I can, because I can look at the one that I just set up. I'm such a dope. Oh, my phone, what's that? My light is getting in the way. What is that? I don't know why you're getting... Oh, there we go. That appears to be better. I hope. Let's see. How's it look, ladies? Everybody okay? Hi, Jen. Yeah, I'm saying hi, Jen, because I'm reading. Hi, Chris. How are you? Oh, rain in Connecticut too, huh? All right, so it looks like we've got a few of you on, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in. The lighting looks kind of crappy, though. Let me see if I put it over here, if that's better. There's a little bit of a delay, so I can't see until it adjusts here. Looks great. Okay, you guys okay with what you're seeing? It looks super dark to me. Let me pull the projects that we're going to do on and see what you think. So these are the projects that we're doing. I've got 3 here that we'll do tonight, and I'm going to show them to you one at a time, but I'll just bring them out here. All right, so it looks like the lighting is okay. It's a little bit dark on one side. I'll have to fix that for next month because it's super dark here on the left, but I'll try and keep everything over to the right, and that way we will have good lighting, hopefully, for the most part. All right, you know what it is? I think it's because, let me try one more thing. Let me just bring the camera down a tiny bit and see if that helps. And that might make it a little bit better. I might have just made it super crooked, though, too. Okay. All right, so we're going to call it, good. So let me go ahead and start with the first one. So this is the one I wanted to start with. Actually, before I do that too, I wanted to show you what we're going to be doing for next month's live class. So if you want to place an order tonight, you will actually receive next month's kits for free. So anytime before May, I think it's the 18th, you'll be able to get next month's kits for free. I send them out in the mail to you so you have them in advance for the live class. So these are the 2 items we're using for the May class. So on May 23rd, I believe it is, we're going to use the Tree Builder Punch and the Sprinkles of Life stamp set. This one is retiring. Both of these are retiring, but they're really fun, and they make some really cute summer, spring, even some wintry cards if you wanted. You could do some fall cards with this. So it's a really fun stamp set, and I played with it way back in the day when I first got it, but I thought it'd be fun to pull this out again. So if you want to do the cards with me next month, this is what we're going to use, and you can use this hostess code, and I will automatically send you those kits for next month. Of course, you don't have to order. I do have a little prize patrol, and you know what? I left the prize. I'm trying to think what I have. I have a stamp set prize that I'm going to give away at the end of tonight's class. So be sure to stay tuned, and we will do that. And then, like I said, if you want to order, make sure you order with this code so that you'll get next month's kits. Okay, so if you ordered from me this month, you already have these kits. If not, I posted the measurements of everything that I'm using on the Facebook page a few minutes ago. So we're going to go ahead and get started. This month, we are using the Lemon Zest bundle. And so it comes with the punch and the stamp set. So this was a new stamp set this year. So they came as a bundle. So you could get them, if you ordered them together, you got 10% off. So that was a nice little thing. And it's a really cute stamp set. And it's carrying over to the new catalog. So we'll be able to play with it for a little bit longer. So that's a fun one too. So that's what we're using. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pull out the first set of supplies. So I have my Whisper White envelope. We have a white base piece, which is 5.5 here by 8.5. Our base layer is 4 by 5.25. Then we have our scallop circle. This is about a 3-inch scallop circle. And then this one is just slightly, like, I always say like 1 tick below 3 inches because I don't ever get the 8ths and 16ths and all that kind of stuff. But as you can see, it's just slightly smaller than the circle. And this is the foil acetate. I've used it for a couple of times now on our lives. You'll see one side is gold and then one side is silver. This is retiring, and I'm going to miss it so much. I've been playing with it quite frequently. So that is in the current catalog and retiring. I have a piece of basic black and white baker's twine. We also have a piece of So Saffron cardstock, and this one is 1.5 by 4, I believe. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 by 1.5. And then we have, I think this was 1.5 inches to, yeah, a 1.5 inch circle, white circle. And then I punched out an Old Olive lemon here. I punched these out for the kits. You may not want to, I actually stamped it on the original card, as you can see. It's going to be really, really tricky for me to line that stamp up again. I'm going to try it, but even if you don't, you can just, if you don't have the stamp set at home and you have the kits, you can just do the glitter on it solo without the stamped image. You can see there's a stamped image on this one, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to line that up either because that's really tricky. And if you don't have the stamp set, then it's clear that that's a lemon, or actually in this case it's a lime, I guess. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to take our card base and we're going to fold that in half. So I'm just going to go ahead, fold that in half. Again, this was 8.5 by 5.5. I'm using the Whisper White. For the background piece, I'm using the 4 by 5.25, and I'm going to take the, nope, wrong one. I'm going to take the lemon image from here and my lemon lime cardstock. So we're using lemon lime twist ink on lemon lime cardstock, one of my favorite tricks to do for backgrounds so that you can actually get tone on tone look. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up the lemon lime twist ink, and I'm just going to stamp this randomly. And if you've been stamping with me for any length of time, you know that I always suggest that you kind of do some edges off the paper so that it looks like it's printed. It looks like it's hand printed. So that, it's not all, I don't know if you cut a piece of pattern paper, you always cut off some of the design when you're cutting, which is why it's so hard to cut into, right? But that's what makes this look like it's actually printed. So that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm just going to go ahead and ink all of these like so. All right, so I did an all over pattern with that, with the lemon lime twist. Now I'm going to take that little So Saffron piece that I told you about. I'm going to put it down a little bit lower because I want some of that lime to show. And again, this was 1.5 by 4 inches. And I'm going to go ahead and tape this down onto my cardstock. Okay. Perfect. And then I'm going to take up, before I do that, I want to wrap my twine. So I have a thing, and this one it wouldn't work because it would have to be this way in order to wrap the twine around it. But I have it going this way. But one of the things, like even if it was this way, I always tend to wrap my twine around a layer rather than around the inside of a card, because then it shows on the inside when you give it to someone. And I just feel like it looks a little bit more polished if you wrap the design around, or the ribbon around your base layer instead of around the actual card. But that's just me. That's my little tip there. I'm going to actually go 3 times because I cut myself plenty of baker's twine here. So let me go ahead and tie a little bow over here. And it's tricky with these because I generally feel like I need to tie a knot with baker's twine to get it to stay put. But then when you tend to tie a knot, it makes the bow go a little wonky sometimes. So you do have to kind of play with it a little bit. So I'm going to tie a little knot, and then I'm just going to go ahead and do a bow here to the side. Alright, so there's that. It actually isn't too bad. There we go. That was pretty easy, actually. Sometimes it doesn't behave. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and trim these down. Take that off. And now I can attach this to the front of the card. So I'm going to do little fast fuse here. And I know I've been using this a lot. I'm using it up. Unfortunately, it retired and it's sold out, but I do really love this adhesive. I'm kind of sad about that. But I will survive. Okay, so I'm taping that down. Okay, so there's that base. I'm going to slide that aside. Now this is going to go on top of here, and again, you can use the silver side or the gold. I just think the gold looks really nice with the lemon and the green. Now remember, we're going to put our little lemon on top of here as well as the little greeting. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of tape on the white in the middle here because it's not going to show. But if you weren't covering it up, you'd want to either use some vellum adhesive, or mini glue dots can usually be strategically placed so that you can't see the adhesive. But like I said, I'm going to cover this so it doesn't matter that you can kind of see, although it doesn't really show that much, but you can kind of see that. Alright, I'm going to pop this onto the card using some dimensionals. Oh, we got quite a few people here. Hi, peoples. Hope you're all having a good night. I love rainy nights for crafting, so this is a good thing. All my dimensionals are stuck together at the moment. Alright, and I can't find, here we go. Okay, let's grab these. So I'm going to put this layer on with some dimensionals, and I think I forgot to mention that in my supply list this afternoon and tonight. But that's probably a given with me. You should just know that I'm going to be popping something up because it's my favorite. And, you know, I'm always using crumb cake too, right? Because that's my other favorite. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and plop this right on the card, kind of off to the side. And let's see how good Jen really is today. Like I said, I pre-punched these because I figured if you don't have the stamp set at home, those of you that are stamping along with me, you can just use this and not stamp it. But because I have this stamp and I love a good challenge, I'm actually going to try and get this on this little lemon. And I don't have high hopes for this, so we'll see how I do. We'll test my skills here. I'm going to do a little bit of slouch stamping, which is what I call when I kind of sneak back in my chair or slump back. You know how your mom told you not to slouch? Well, that's what I do in order to see if I can get it lined up. All right, we ready? Let's see how I did. Ready? Not so great. Not so bad, but let's try one more time. I had the bottom lined up well, and let me see if I can kind of slouch over to the side to see it again. And if it doesn't work, we'll call it good. All right. We'll see how I did this time. Looks like it's off again. Better. It's alright. We'll deal with it. So, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Because I have cardstock up the wazoo right behind me. I'm going to go ahead and grab a piece of scrap and show you how the punch actually coordinates. So like I said, if you just have that image at home because I punched it out for you, you can just use the actual cutout that looks like a lemon because you won't have the stamped part anyway. And I'm going to go ahead and use the coordinating punch. So let me do this, and you're just going to slip it in the back of the punch, and we will punch that out. For some reason it's not going down any further, so let me just trim off a little bit here so I can get to the bottom and get it perfectly centered. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and punch that out. Whoop. Sending scraps flying at the screen. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and tape this down to the acetate. So there's that. And another one of my favorites is the clear glitter Wink of Stella. And I'm going to add a little of that to my lime. I'm not sure how well this will show up in the camera, but just trust me, it's super glittery and super fun. You just kind of paint it on like you're painting your nails here. That's what I always say. But it just adds some nice shimmer without the creeping happens when you add regular glitter that ends up kind of all over the place. Still fun. And we're going to use some later just because I love it. Oh, we are going to use them later, and I left that on the other side of the table, so I am going to have to get up in a second. Alright, so there's that. So we've got our glitter. Can you see the glitter? I can't, we're delayed here, so I can't actually see if you can see it, but let me bring it up a little closer here to the light. Pretty cool. Okay. If you can't, you just have to trust me that it's really glittery and it's really fun. Alright, so our last step for this card is to do the greeting. And actually, I'm going to do a greeting on the outside and then one on the inside too. So I'm going to use my say that 10 times fast. Memento black ink. And again, I'm testing my skills. I think I can do this one a little bit better than the lemon. The lemon was really tricky. But I'm going to go ahead and stamp this on that little circle. Not bad. All right. And I'm going to leave this out because there's some really cute little sayings in here. So that one says life's short. So I'm going to put live it with zest inside because that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and in the middle of this, I'm going to stamp the live with zest. And I don't know if you can see this on the screen because, yes, Wink of Stella is awesome. So I'm going to actually test my wood mount stamp here down at the bottom. I don't think you can see it, so let me do it up here. When I have a wood mount stamp and I want to see if it's straight, I line up the bottom of the stamp with this black line on my grid paper and stamp it. And that way I know if it's straight. And look at that. It is pretty straight. So now I know if I position this stamp straight in the middle of my card, it will give me a nice straight image. Cute, right? And since I'm in here, and since I have that lemon lime ink and the lemon stamp, I'm going to go ahead and stamp this kind of in the corner here. Just to add a little coordination to the card, because we love that, right? Oops. Just put one of my kits on top of a wet ink pad. Whoopsie. Okay, so now I'll just finish the front of the card. I stamped the life is short, and I left it plain, believe it or not. And I'm going to go ahead and pop this onto the card with some dimensionals. So I like to put 3 dimensionals on a circle because it keeps it kind of balanced so that one side isn't sagging or anything. So that's my method, in case you're curious. Or not. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that down. And there we have our finished first card. So what do you think? Do we like this one? It's a fun, simple, really glitzy card with the glitter on there. So I like that one. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next card. So I'm going to do this one next. This one actually has an inside too, and I don't know if I think I cut the inside too. So we're going to go ahead, let me clean off that stamp first because we're switching colors. So I need to make sure I clean off my stamp. So we have the wet side here. I'm going to go ahead, wash the wet side, and then wash the dry side, or dry that side. Okay, so now I'm ready to stamp again with that. And while I'm at it, I might as well clean the other one so I don't have any more accidents with the ink pad. Although I don't think we use the same greetings at all. I'll clean these too. This is a handy little tool if you're a lazy stamper like me. You don't have to get up. And I find sometimes the baby wipes, they're great too, but they tend to transfer the ink to your fingers, and then there's more probability that it's going to land on your card at some point. So not always the best choice, but perfect in a pinch. All right, so next up, we're going to do this one, which I just showed you. If life gives you lemons, you chuck them right back, right? Sounds like a good plan to me. Okay. So for this one, we have, again, I miss stamping with you too, Melissa. I want to just check in. Love the card. Good. I'm glad you like it. Cute. Excellent. Thanks, ladies. So good to see all of you. Thanks so much for joining me. Okay, so let's do the second one now. So again, we're starting with a card base here that is 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half to get my card base. And this is Old Olive ink. So not your traditional, well, I guess it's kind of a traditional lime color. The lemon lime, I guess, isn't. All right, and I'm going to do, again, an all-over pattern on this one. This time I'm using the little leaf image from the stamp, and if you're joining me just now, we're using this Lemon Zest Stamp set and the coordinating punch. So that's what we're using tonight. If you would like to stamp with me next month, this is going to be a monthly thing where I do these live classes each month, and if you order tonight, use this code anytime before February 18th, I believe. You'll get these kits sent to you in the mail if you use this code. And then you'll have all the pre-cut supplies to go ahead and stamp with me. And I showed a little bit earlier that this is what we're using for next month, the Sprinkles of Life stamp set and the Sprinkles of, or the Tree Builder punch. So that will be for next month. This month, though, we're doing the Lemon Zest. So I'm going to take the Old Olive ink pad and my little leaf stamp on Old Olive cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and just stamp this leaf randomly, and I like to spin my card because it's a little bit easier than spinning the stamp around in your hand, and then you end up dropping it on the card and it makes marks you don't want to. You can ask me how I know this because I do it all the time. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just kind of randomly stamp these, and again, I like to go off the page a little bit because it makes it look like it's printed. Okay, so that's that. Next up on this So Saffron piece, I'm going to stamp a couple of lemons on there using the, oh, look at, my ink pad looks moldy. I don't know what happened there. That's interesting. I don't think it's mold, I think it's actually ink, but I don't know how that happened. That's very interesting. Well, we may have green speckled lemons today, I'm not sure. Not really sure why that's doing that. I'm going to go ahead and run with it, and I'm going to stamp 2 of these slices of lemon on the cardstock. And again, I'm stamping a little bit, so I'm squeezing back on my chair, slushing down a little bit just to make sure I get it on the paper. It doesn't look like, maybe a little bit of the green is showing, but it doesn't look too bad compared to the ink pad. I don't know what that is. That is the weirdest thing. Alright, we're going to go ahead, stamp again. And it doesn't really matter if it's not completely even because we're going to cover a large portion of it anyway. So then a quick snip to the end to create a banner end. And I'm going to do a kind of, what is that called? Not a very deep, not a very deep cut here because I can't really think of the word I'm trying to think of. So we'll do that way. So there's our little banner. Get this out of our way. And I'm going to go ahead, before I attach this down, I'm going to want to put the black square first, kind of where you think you want that to go. And it doesn't have to be exact. I'm just going to go ahead, kind of line that up here. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and put, I probably should have put that over just a tiny bit. But we're going to let it fly. So I'm going to just go ahead and put this one here. Okay, we've got that. Now we just want to stamp our little greeting. I thought I missed something, but I didn't. I thought for a second I screwed it up, but I didn't yet. Okay, but then again, if you stamp with me often, you know that there is no messing up in stamping. There's always a way to fix it. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp my If Life Gives You Lemons right in the middle there. Looks pretty good. Again, this is going to go on with dimensionals. So I'm going to flip this over. I'll put the dimensionals on it right now. But first, we need to do some glittering, or at least glitter paper. Put that there. And I'm going to snip. I have a little piece of glitter paper, which is a 1/2 inch by 3. And I'm just going to snip on the ends here, so we can have a little banner. Okay, one here and one there, and that's just going to kind of go right in the middle here. That looks good. And everybody thinks this glitter paper is sticky, but it's not, so you do need to put a little bit of adhesive on there. We're going to go ahead and add that to the middle. How's everybody doing? Anybody stamping with me tonight? Or are you all just watching? Which is totally fine. I will send this video, I'll download it and then upload it again to YouTube over the weekend. So I will send the replay out to all of you in my email next week. And if you're not on my email list, please do that. I would love to have you on there. I send a new video usually every week to my subscribers. It gets delivered to your inbox. It's Teach Me Tuesday, so just go to my website, bytheshorestamping.com, and you can sign up for that. Alright, so this is almost done. We're going to add some bling, but first let's do the middle. So this is still inked the yellow from before, so I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, Chris, I'm glad you're stamping. Oh, and Susan, you're trying to keep up. Oh, good. I'm sorry. Am I going too fast? It's hard because I have all my supplies right here, so it makes it easy for me to just grab and go. So I have to get up in a minute to get some stuff, so that'll give you a second to get caught up. So I just stamped on this piece, which is the inside piece. This again is 4 by 5 1/4, and I used the So Saffron ink with that lemon slice and just stamped it kind of off one corner. This is going to be my inside for my card. Now, let's go ahead and grab the sentiment for this one, which is to chuck them right back. Now again, I'll show this to you again in case you missed it if you were just joining us. My trick with my wood mount stamps is to line up the bottom of the stamp with one of these black lines on my grid paper, and that way I can see if the stamp is straight. And for some reason I think this one, oh, it's pretty good. It's a little bit off. So I can correct now because I know it's slightly down on the right. So when I stamp it, I can just kind of move it up just a teensy bit to correct for that. There. Looks pretty good. Your dog keeps demanding attention. Yes, they tend to do that. Hi, Jan. Good to see all of these faces. My New York girls. I got Connecticut girls. It's fabulous. And what else are we going to do on a rainy Wednesday night, right? Okay, so we're going to put this on the inside of our card. And put that down. So that's all finished. And then the last step is a little bit of embellishment So if you got the kit, I sent you the 3 Tutti Frutti sequins. I love these things. They're so much fun and so easy. I've always loved the look of sequins, but it can be such a pain in the butt to, you know, do the liquid glue and get it all set up on the card and then make sure you let it sit and dry. These make it so much easier. It's like mini glue dots of sequins. So there you go. There is the second card for tonight. And because I just want to, I'm going to grab the envelope. I used to be so good about this, not using any naked envelopes, but I haven't been doing it lately. So let's go ahead and dress up our little envelope too. Put that there. Cute. It just shows them that something fun is coming, right? Okay. There is card number 2 with our little coordinating envelope. All right, how are we doing? Everybody doing well? We're all caught up. I know some of you are stamping with me, which I think is super fun. And again, if you want to stamp with me next month, just make sure you use that code, and before the 18th of May, and I will send you next month's kits for free. All right, on to card number 3, and this is the one that I'm going to have to get up in a second because I forgot to grab my glitter. But it's right on the other side, so it'll be super quick. Well, let's go ahead and get our card prepped first. So first off, we have a card base. This is Crumb Cake. I told you it would make an appearance. It always does. This one is 5.5 by 8.5. Decorating the envelope is kind of the best part, and I've been forgetting that lately, Janet. It's not good. All right, let's go ahead and do that. So we've got our card base. And this time we're using the Happy Birthday sentiment. And again, we're doing tone-on-tone stamping. So I'm going to grab the Crumb Cake ink on the Crumb Cake paper. And I'm going to go ahead. And this time one of my tricks, I love the look of like text on a background, but it's really hard to line it up exactly, especially with a wood mount stamp. So what I do is I intentionally make them kind of wonky. Whoops, I kind of made that one crooked, but that's okay. So I'm going to make them some the full sentiment, some just portions of the sentiment, and that way it doesn't have to be exactly straight, because that's just way too much pressure. Although, now that we have the little Stamparatus, some people have it, and all people can get it on June 1st. Once that is in play for everyone, I can start showing you how to do this with the Stamparatus and get it completely lined up from top to bottom, which is fabulous. But for now, I'm going to give you this little shortcut that works beautifully, and I think it gives some fun texture and a fun design element to the card. So there, so I just went down one side using the sentiment, and I am going to clean that off because we're going to use that in black a little bit later. So let me go ahead and switch that out. Okay. Move that. Next up for this one is just to attach the pattern paper. So I have 2 strips. They're both 1 inch by 4 1/4. And I'm going to put the peachy one down first. You could use this side too, because it does match. But I kind of like the blander side here for this one. Just going to put some tape on that and tape that down to the front of the card. Okay. Now we're going to take this one and attach that down here. Okay, and sometimes I cut a little extra paper there, so I'm just going to trim this off from the inside. Okay, so then we have that. Next up, we got to stamp our lemons. So I have that scrap piece of paper. You can use any scrap of paper you want. This is So Saffron, which is the same color we used last time. So I'm going to go ahead and just use this yellow here. I need 3 of these. So we're going to go ahead and punch, or stamp rather. I may have put that too close. I might have to do this again on the other side. We'll see if I can fit them all on this now. I kind of went too far over. And it's going to be tight. Let me just do that again. Alright, silly. This is what happens when I talk in stamps, see? One here. It's better. I do need a little bit of space in between them for the punch 2 there. And 3. Perfect. That was a little close to the top, but I think we can make it work. So then I'm using the 1 3/4 inch circle punch to punch these out. And they work perfectly. Can you see that? 1. 2. And 3. Okay. So now we can kind of position these where we want them on the card. And I'm going to kind of position them so they're in that little hole, whoops, where the happy birthday is. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to tape 2 of them down, but not 3. So if you got the card kits, I already punched your little leaves. So I'm going to put these in here too. These are going to get slipped in under here for 1. And then the other ones are going to come out from over here. And like so. So I like to position them first so I know that that's what I like. So let me go ahead and carefully put a little bit of tape under here to secure these while I know that they're in the right spot. There's 1. There's 2. And then we'll do the same thing up here. There's 1. And there's 2. Okay. And then I can go ahead and tape this guy down. Like that. And the other one can get taped down too. And I'll put that over there. And then the third one will go, whoops, I kind of missed here. Third one will go like that. Okay? Alright, but before we do that, first thing I need to do, whoops, I just lost the feed here. I hope you guys are okay. Oh, Facebook is updating, so I can't really see what's happening. So, gotta love, oh, there it is. It's back. Perfect. Come in. Okay, so next up we're going to go ahead and stamp the happy birthday. Actually, no. What are we going to do? Yeah, we're going to do this first. Let's put some dimensionals on here. I'm trying to think how I did this. I think I'm going to put the glitter on when it's actually assembled, or should I not do that? Let's not do that. I'm so indecisive. Let me grab my glitter. Hang on one second. This is the one thing I forgot. It's right over here, though, in my little bucket of goodies. So here we go. All right, so I have my Dazzling Diamonds glitter. And are we stuck? How are we doing? Everybody okay? Little check-in here. Can everybody see me? Let me just fix this here. Because I sometimes don't like technology. Okay. Whoops. Let's go back to here. Okay. I think, no, I want to view the video. Oh goodness. How's everybody doing? Can you still see me? Look like it. Okay, I think we're good. I'm going to take my Tombow glue and I'm using the liquid glue here. Hopefully this one will work. Let me try this one actually. I'm going to do the liquid glue. You don't need a ton of this. We're just going to use a little bit, get a little coating of glue on the, oh good, you guys are all with me still. Fabulous. So that we can get a little going on this one. And, let's see. This is, oh bother. This is weird, it's super watery. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm just going to spread it out. It'll probably really be good with this really super fine glitter. So I'm just going to go ahead and spread this in a thin layer. This is why the Tombow is really good for this, because it will take it a second to dry. So we can kind of whack it with a little bit of glitter here. Just be very careful. There's a lot of glitter in here, and it can get all over the place very quickly. And again, you can ask me how I know this. I had lots of glitter accidents over the years. There. So now you can see we got a nice glitter lemon here. Can you see that? All right. So now, because I'm being super lazy, I'm going to wipe that all on my pants. Or at least on the floor. Ready? Don't do this at home. Or maybe you do too. Maybe I'm not the only one. All right. So there. We have that. So while that's just kind of setting up for a second so we don't get glitter everywhere, I'm going to go ahead and do my greeting. This time we're doing it in the basic black. And I'm going to do it right on this white piece here. And I'm actually going to use this black line. But let's make sure it's straight first. We're going to use my same little trick. He looks pretty much straight. Might go up slightly to the right. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust for that just a tiny bit. See if we can get that. Perfect. Yay! Okay, so that goes like that. Then I'm going to take this guy carefully with all the glitter on it, and we're going to attach that to the card. Like so. That glue is really like watery. I don't know why it's being so weird. Okay. So now we can attach our happy birthday, which kind of goes right in the middle here. So what I'm going to do a flag on one end. So we're going to just do snip here, snip here, and here. And then I'm going to use my regular adhesive on this side and a dimensional on this side because this is raised up, but this is not. So we want to make sure this is leveled out. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of regular adhesive on one side, and then we'll grab a dimensional or two for the other side, just so that they kind of stay level. So that goes like that. And then this goes so that it lands kind of in the middle of that lemon. And then we put that down. And then it doesn't always stick the greatest to that glitter. So we're going to just anchor it with one of the clear faceted gems, if I can find where those are. Here they are. We're going to go ahead and grab one of those so you can see what these look like. They're these guys. I'm going to use one of the bigger ones, I think. Whoop. Popped right off onto the bucket. And I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. And it's probably because it's still wet, but it doesn't want to stay. Let me grab a glue dot and see if that will make it stay put. So I'm going to peel this off with my finger and put it on the glitter and see if that helps, which it's not. There we go. Well, kinda. I think I just need to let it sit, and I think that will work. Alright, so there is that. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this, and let's go ahead and do some inside stamping again, just because we can. And I'm going to actually do a little bit right down the side. So let's go ahead and do some stamp on, stamp off. There's another one here, and one down here. So it's kind of lens down on the side. You could, because I have a birthday card, you could put happy birthday to my squeeze if you wanted to, because that would be cute in there. But I'm going to leave mine blank because I'm not sure who I'm going to give this to. And it might be awkward to give that to somebody that's not really my main squeeze. Right? Alright, so let's go ahead and stick this inside here. Like so. And then we have our finished card. So there's 3 finished cards. for tonight. We have the If Life Gives You Lemons. If life gives you lemons, you chuck them right back. We also have Life is Short, so live it with zest. And although, does that even make sense with a lime? Can you zest a lime? I think you can, right? You can tell I'm not good in the kitchen. I'm only good in the stamp room here, because I don't know if that's even possible. I'm assuming you can. You can zest a lemon. You can zest a lemon, so you might be able to zest a lime too. Anybody know? I don't know. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, and then this is the last one here, the cute little birthday card, which is still wet, so it's not sticking here very well. That glue was really weird. It was not the thick consistency it normally is. So there we have all of our cards for tonight's live workshop. So again, if you just joined in later tonight, we are going to do this every month. Next month's stamps are going to be the Sprinkles of Life and the Tree Builder Punch. If you use that code when you check out, the F9NU, aka, I don't make these up, they just come out when you hit the button, that will give you these next month's kits for free. So I'll send you all the pre-cut supplies for next month's live class on May 23rd if you use that code. Let me just run quickly to my prize closet because I forgot to grab that. I do have a prize for tonight. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to put the stamps, the images, the cards back out. And all I want you to do to enter to win the prize is to tell me if you like card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3 best. So if you write that in the comments below, I will pick a winner, and let me grab the stamp set and I'll show you what the winner will win. So you go ahead and think about that for 1 second while I run. Hopefully I don't kill myself. And get it. Okay, I'm back. So this is the stamp set that I have for you. If you are interested in winning a prize. This is actually a hostess set, so you can't buy this one. You have to earn it as a hostess, and I have an extra one. It's a really cute stamp set. If you love to color, it's fantastic. It's called Cozy Cottage. It's in the Occasions catalog right now and can still be earned with a $150 order. But for those of you that are playing along tonight, you can go ahead and comment below which of these cards was your favorite tonight, 1, 2, or 3, and I will enter anybody who comments in for the prize drawing. And if you win, I will go ahead and contact you through direct message, or I think I have most of the girls on here. I have your emails. So depending on how we're connected, I will find you. I will hunt you down and get you. But you'll be able to get this stamp set for free. It looks like number 3 is the most popular at this point. Yeah, Melissa, I think you were the only one that did number 1 so far. Oh, nope, Sue Farrell did too. So you're not the only one. Looks like oh, nope, there's a 2 too. So it looks like they're all really popular. So I'm glad you liked them all. This one personally is my favorite too, number 3. But that's just me. I think they're all kind of cute. So I love this stamp set. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you want to stamp with me next month, just use this code when you check out. And I will be drawing a winner for this stamp set tonight. So there's perks for watching live. I appreciate that. And hopefully I'll see you again next month. Thanks so much for watching. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can catch all of my videos. I would love to see you there. Have a great night and stay dry. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.